Hello and welcome again to SortaOkay Reviews, where every fandom's welcome. I'm Nathan Bedard.
I'm Brad Newton.
And today we're doing another One Piece chapter review, chapter 919. What's it called?
The Ruins of Odin Castle.
Yes. Now let's get right into it. We got the cover page right here.
And this is the end of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet cover page. We have our last four members here. We have Ideo, we have Leo, we have Hyruden, and Orlumbus.
I mean, let's be honest, is it really ever going to end?
Nope, this is it. So next week we'll start a new cover story, we'll get a color spread, or Oda will start taking fan requests again.
I really think Oda did this for a reason. I do think that we might see them at the end of during Wano.
Yeah. So we start off this week, again, this was a good, a pretty important chapter. So, we'll see how it goes along. But let's start off, Luffy's leaving. I guess Speed's staying with Otama now. Yeah,
it's weird. I mean, like, she really genuinely looks like she likes him. I mean, I think the next panel, like, when she's leaving, she turns back and looks at Luffy. And the way she looks at Luffy, I'm like, she's a headliner for Kaido. And she just changed like that.
So, Tama's power, this is just foreshadowing. It's going to be very important later in this arc.
Yeah, I think she might start turning a lot of the Beast Pirates against Kaido.
Yeah. So maybe like the Smile Fruit people. So yeah, Speed's going away with Tama. They're leaving. We get... but we learned that the dog actually just wasn't fed the Dango Fruit. He just was friends with Tama just because it says right here. It's like, I guess she didn't feed you the Dango then, huh? Because he's still listening to Luffy and stuff, and he likes Luffy now. So Luffy's got a new dog friend now. So the village is all there now. They're like celebrating with. They're like, "Thank you, Luffy. You brought us food. Like, we don't have to worry about killing ourselves for our children now to survive. There's enough resources. Thanos didn't have to come in and do the snap in Wano. Luffy saved him."
Yeah, no, I think Kaido could beat Thanos without the gauntlet.
And then Law's like, "A benevolent pirate. How revolting!" He's like, Jesus Christ. Luffy's such a nice guy. So now they're going off to the ruins of Odin's castle, and Okiku decides to join them. And then she's like, everyone's like, "Okay, why are you coming with us, Okiku?" And she's like, "Oh, I just haven't, seen him in a while." And then so they're riding up to the place. Luffy's like a good friend of everybody. She's like, trying to make him an excuse, and then Zoro looks at her and he's like, "She's hiding something from us." But he's got like a grin on his face. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a good hiding something. I think she might have a power. I don't. I've heard some people theorize that, oh, that's Kushina. It's like, that's not Kushina.
Kuina.
Kuina. It's not Kuina.
No, we'll get to it later. She's one of the ghosts.
Yeah.
But, so we cut back to the flower capital. It's like, alright. It's like, and we pretty much here is all we're getting is that indoctrination. It's a lot of like what happened in Japan, like, before World War I.
Yeah.
How they were taught. This is like kind of, Oda's doing kind of a history lesson. How, like, children can be indoctrinated saying, countries that, their borders are closed, they're like, that's how a country is strong. They're very isolationist. And like a country that opens its borders can have invaders and all kinds of evil come in and kill everybody.
Yeah, we're kind of we're learning more about why it's really closed, and we're also kind of like we're really building up the, like, I think his name is Orochi Mar.
No.
I keep wanting to say Orochi. Yeah. What, like, oh yeah, like this dude's like evil. Like, yeah, there's this fake story going around on, like, why, like, Odin and all them were out, this and that. By the way, the teacher's very cute. Very cute teacher. Like, I wish I would have had a teacher like that in high school.
All the women in One Piece that are pretty look like Nami, though. Oda just draws
that. Honestly, like yeah, now that you say that, she does look a lot like Nami.
Except for maybe Robin or, like, Boa, a lot of the women look like a lot like Nami in One Piece, if you pay attention close enough. But so she said, she's given a history lesson. She's like, so who's the evil person that tried to open our borders? And then they're like, it was Odin and his 9 red scabbards. So there's 9 samurai, we learn, that were behind Odin. And we get, I guess the teacher's like a snake woman. You want that kind of teacher? She just freaking
What if
long neck snake.
She wouldn't. I don't think she'd be Orochi, but what if she is?
I obviously means some sort of snake, and I don't know, maybe. But it's like a hero appeared and was able to defeat the samurai. It was our shogun.
It was Lord Orochimaru.
Yeah, Kirozima Orochi. So Orochi, two-blade style. We get like a little hint there. So I'm pretty sure that is a foreshadowing. Obviously, going to be Zoro's fight.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, a lot of people. That adds more too. Because some people were thinking that Zoro was going to take down Jack. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Because if the two minks are there,
I think that's their fight.
I think that's their fight because they're going to want payback for that. And then showing. Yeah, you're right. The two blades that would lead into essence on why Zoro would probably fight him.
It's like, and she's like, "Yep, those people all died 20 years ago, and now our country's at peace." And then we cut to these two people here, and this dude's got a freaking hairdo. That's all I'll say about him.
He's good on sunny days and rainy days. It looks like.
Yeah, no hats or umbrellas required.
No, none required.
And so he's like, "You're being too loud." He's like, "They're obviously drinking the you get the hic thing like in a cartoon when someone's been pretty drunk."
Mm-hmm.
He's like. I guess his name is Inemiru Kishiro. I guess his name is Kishiro. But I probably butchered that name. But it said that 20 years ago, Odin's wife stood in front of the castle and said this. It's like, and then he's like, cuts him off. He's like, "Don't be such a coward." He's like, "It's not true." Like, they're talking about this curse thing that's happened. It's like, and this is, rough translation. It has to do with the dawn, pretty much. It's just like, at the dawn, this will happen. At the dawn, this will happen. But essentially, it was a curse that happened that they say 20 years from now, these people will come back and take Wano. So these prophesized 9 people. And Sawyer 7 actually had the theory that the 9 people are actually the Straw Hats instead of the samurai. I thought it was a samurai when he's talking about it.
Huh.
But the foreshadowed 9 people to come and save the people would be
and
the Straw Hats.
That might debunk a theory that if the 9 are the Straw Hats,
mm-hmm.
I don't think Jinbei's going to show up then.
Well, that was the thing, though, because it says Odin and the 9. So it was, if they're counting 10 people, that would mean Jinbei does show up. Because they say Odin and the 9. So if they count 10 people total, that means Jinbei does have to show up. So it could be neither or.
Okay.
But anyway, we cut back, and this is where Robin is. We see Robin, she's doing her...
she's doing a dance, looking cute as ever.
Yeah, so she's just overhearing this conversation, so... I'd assume that the Straw Hats that are separated already know about the secret.
Mm-hmm.
And they say here about the prophecy, 20 years, vengeance will come. 9 samurai will appear, and they'll kill you. So, I don't know if this is talking about, like, Kanjuro and Okiku and stuff, or it's talking about the Straw Hats. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll see. And it's like, that's why the Shogun's scared out of his mind, because the 20 years from that date is this year. It's like, it's now.
Yeah.
So we go up to the Odin's ruins, and then Luffy's like, "Graves?" And then Luffy gets pissed when he sees the names on these graves. Like, because we kind of saw him last...
Yeah, well, chapter. Yeah, and like, I mean, he doesn't know what's been going on. He probably he sees these, he's probably thinking, they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they killed, and like, he was really close with Momo.
Yeah.
So I bet he was like really feeling enraged about that.
He's like, Kanjuro, Kimimon, Momo, Raizo? He's like, what the hell is this? He's like, why are the names on the graves? Like, are they all dead? And then it's at this point too we realize that Zoro is gone.
Yeah.
Zoro got lost. How convenient. So this means either they want to delay the Sanji reunion, him and Sanji's reunion, or there's something else that Zoro needs to go do. Like, he's got to go off on his own side quest now and come back with something important later.
I feel like he might find a sword, maybe.
Yeah. Who knows? But, we got earlier, too, that Zoro wanted Luffy's sword again. He's like, I'm going to keep the sword. Zoro's like, you haven't even used it. He's like, give me that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kiku's crying, and like, where's she going? And then Luffy's freaking out. He's like, where's Kimimon? He was supposed to wait for us. Like, Jesus, and he's not here. What happened? Law's like, Law plays along with this so well. Law's kind of like, this is like prankster Law. Because he's like, chances are he'll be here tonight. And then he's like, just like last night he was here. And the night before.
I know, and he says like a ghost. Like, I'm like, and I was thinking, I'm like, oh crap, what if they died? Like,
Yeah.
what? Because seeing the
That
graves,
was the
like, I was
theory.
I was yeah I was
Yeah,
I was trying to pinball. I was like, oh god, what if they're ghosts and like they died a long time ago and they've just been able to like wander the earth?
Like their lingering will or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, tell me the full story. And Law's like, it's not my place to tell you, man. And then it's like, and then we hear like some moaning in the background. He's like, oh, I'm done for. And we see this really weathered up character, and it's Kimimon. He's like, calm down. It's like, hey, Luffy Dono, I'm over here. It's like, my apologies. And then Luffy's like, what the heck? I just thought you were dead.
Yeah.
He's like,
he got diarrhea.
He's like, I just got diarrhea.
Yeah, because I think he ate from the
river or something.
the river. Yeah, you can't get away from the river.
It's like, he's like, Law, you freaking. He's like, you played a pranky, and he's like being a dick kind of. He's like, they are alive. And then he's like, I was trying to tell you that he'd probably come out of the bathroom tonight. He's like, that's not how you worded it.
Yeah, I'm. Hey, Luffy, let off Law a little bit, because like
All the stuff you put Law through.
you just put Law through it. Like, Law is like Steve in Stranger Things 2 when he's babysitting everyone. It's like, why do you keep doing the opposite of what I tell you?
Yeah. So then we get Okiku comes up and runs up on Kanjuro. So maybe they're something. They look like they're some sort of couple.
Yep, I'm automatically saying that I think that's going to be a future romance, maybe.
I think they already are.
Or
like,
yeah,
I think they're married or something. It's like Kiku, why are you with them? It's like so is Momonosuke safe as well? And then Luffy's like, so is she like an acquaintance of his? And Law's like, a little more than that. She's like, they know each other.
Law, is a normal thinking man. He's like, I know what they're doing.
Yeah, he's like,
Luffy's like, they're best friends.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, Master Keen, Kimimon. It's like, there's that.
I love her shock face. She's just always like, oh.
Just her to go reactions. And then we get Momonosuke's back too, and they're like, hey, Luffy, you're able to make it here safely.
Mini dragon.
Yep. And it's like, look, I've been practicing with the sword. I wonder if that will come back later.
It's like, why are you showing this to Luffy? Luffy's legit probably the worst swordsman in the world. Don't try to show you Luffy.
It's like, oh, is the old dog guy here as well? And that's the thing we don't get this chapter. Where the hell is Dogstorm?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like, Lord Momonosuke, I'm glad you're safe. It's been a while. It's like, huh,
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, Luffy, that's rude. He's, he's talking so informally with, Otama. He's like, they're like, oh, Kiku, it's fine. Luffy and Momonosuke are friends. And then it's like, and then we get the crew. The Whole Cake Island crew's back.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I felt like I should have liked this moment better, but I just looked at it as like, oh, okay, good. Thank God we're not gonna like slowly piece everyone back together.
Like, we're gonna find, here's Brook, here's Sanji in this town. And they're like,
yeah, it kind of would have been a bigger moment though if it would have been everybody. Like, oh, we got the crew back.
The reason why they didn't do that is because this crew doesn't know about the ghosts, and I assume that Usopp, Zoro, and everybody else knows. The rest they know. So they're kind of holding off on the.
But I'm just saying, like oh yeah, the crew. No, it's like, okay, well, just some of the crew.
And they say, oh, it looks like you're able to retrieve Sanji, because last time they saw each other was Luffy's team was going to go get Sanji back, and while they were going to Wano. So it's like, yeah, look, Sanji's here. And it was funny, like Sanji was saying, he's like, we've been looking all over the place. Like Sanji's like, I've been at the bottom of the ocean for hours looking for you because I thought you fell in the sea and we're drowning.
That's kind of crazy. Like, he just was able to hold his breath and stay at the bottom of the ocean.
I assume he probably came up, but he's been saying, I've been looking everywhere for you.
That's
like,
still pretty. So
we get that, fan servicey for the female audience for Sanji without a shirt on.
Yeah, and I love like
buff.
that. But I love how immediately Momo goes to hug Nami. He's so happy to see Nami.
Yeah, so he's like, we searched all over for you, even with the bottom of the ocean. It's like, we were able to find your Viva card, so we knew you were alive, but we just couldn't get in touch with you. So it's like, now all the crew's together. And then it's like, how's Beppo doing? So, Beppo is like, yo, he's hiding in the bushes because he's got that diarrhea too. Everyone's got this diarrhea going around.
There's gotta be a lot of poop around that area, then. That's not
probably smells.
Yeah, it probably smells. They need the Fruit Breeze challenge over there.
And so he's like, okay, now first things first, let's explain the situation. So it's like, gosh, what a dirty house. And we see in the background one of my favorite parts of this is Sanji introducing himself to Okiko. He's like a lady.
He's like he's in love right now.
Yeah, he sees Okiko. It's like and remember Okiko's like a really big woman too.
Yeah, she's pretty tall. Yeah, she looks in pretty decent height with Kinemon, and Kinemon's pretty tall.
So it's like, first of all, in regards to Lord Momonosuke, there's one thing that we've been keeping from you that I should tell you before we proceed. So there's been a secret, and then Luffy's like, you guys have way too many secrets. Like, it seems like every arc, we learn something new about these samurai.
Yeah.
Luffy's like, I almost had it with you guys, like, seriously. And then, it's like, okay, come on, let's get to it then. It's like, well, I'm really sorry. It's like, I just didn't think you'd believe me if I told you what the truth is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, there's the 5 of us, but to put it bluntly, we've come from the past. And everyone's like, Luffy's like, what? The truth is, we came from the Wano country of 20 years ago by traveling forward in time. Time travel.
Oda, like...
Be careful. That's all I have to say about this.
I'm intrigued. I'm definitely interested, and I think this does help, because, like, I think the last couple of chapters have been like, alright, come on. But now I'm back in. Like, he knows how to get us back in.
He's obviously been foreshadowing this for a long time, too, because back in, when we first met Momonosuke, even on Zou, I mean, we didn't first meet him then, but on Zou, he said he met Roger 20 years ago, too, and everyone's like, Momonosuke's like 8 or 9 years old, how did he meet Roger?
Yeah, I wonder if that's why they try to keep the borders closed, too, is because of, like, of the time traveling. That adds a lot of...
I have faith in Oda that he'll keep this, you know, because time travel can bring up a lot of continuity issues in the story.
Yeah.
So he needs to be careful with how he uses it. If it's only for these group of people, for some reason, or if it's a Devil Fruit that does it, and only it only happens once throughout the series, it's good. But if you keep on saying, oh, if time travel is possible, then why couldn't Luffy go back in time and save Ace? We gotta learn the rules about this.
And it adds to... And I just thought of this theory now. Like, you know how, like, we've been hearing, like, all these people are like, oh, that's not the guy who Roger's waiting for. That's the guy who's Roger's waiting for. What if Roger... Because, like, a lot of people theorize that Roger is waiting at Raft Hill.
See, that's what I don't like about this, because it's bringing up too many theories like that. The time travel thing shouldn't be crazy bullshit like that. It should be just based on this. Like, because if everybody can time travel, that's just going to ruin the whole plot of the story.
I don't think everyone. I think it...
Because I heard a theory that, Luffy is actually Roger, and Luffy went back in time 20 years and went through the Grand Line again with his new crew, with Rayleigh and stuff.
So, I don't think that's true.
But I read that theory,
but,
too.
I mean, I don't know. I could really believe if, like, he just, like, whenever you get to Raft Hill and you activate it, like, his past self will come, and then, like, you can see him stepping out.
Maybe if his will, or if it's Ghost or something, he talks to Roger. But I'm like, if you can't rely too much on this time travel thing. It's gonna ruin the plot if he does it, or if he relies on it too much. If it's just with the samurai, I have faith in Oda that he's a master storyteller. So, but I just
also kind of takes away that maybe, because a lot of people thought too Shanks might have a time fruit.
Yeah, that's what we both thought anyway.
I don't know. It'd be kind of weird if there's a way to time travel, and but then Shanks has the ability of time, because then you would think, okay, if he's so powerful, then like that would be something.
Most people actually think that Shanks doesn't have a Devil Fruit power and he just uses Haki. But we thought that it was our theory that he had a time traveling ability. But anyway, we have no idea where the story's going to go from here. Like, I mean, Oda, like I said, I have faith in him. I just hope that this doesn't create a bunch of potholes.
It's interesting, though. I mean, I think you're looking at it as, like, the word of the plot holes, but I'm looking at it as, like, as interest. It's like, oh, this could definitely... And that brings to the point of when they were, like, when Oda was like, there's going to be a legend that's been lurking in the legend of One Piece. This might explain...
I'm pretty sure that legend was Emu, but...
Well, I mean, they said Wano art, not the... Reverie arc. So I think that this could help something. This could maybe bring that Rock Pirates back. Maybe.
Who knows?
We
can never really predict what Oda will throw something at us, a curveball at us, and we did not see that coming.
But the good thing is there's no chapter. I mean, there is a chapter next week. It seems like there's no break. So I don't think. Hopefully, we won't have to dwell on it too long.
I want to know the rules of this time travel before I make judgment.
Well, what I think
the
we
limitations
could do,
of it.
what I think we could do is this arc is definitely heavily based off of Japanese lore and stuff.
Yeah.
I would almost think that we should probably maybe look up like time travel in Japan, like stories about that, and maybe that might hint to, because Oda pulls a lot from Japanese history. So,
but I think that's going to do it for this chapter review.
Yeah, it's good.
We can sit here and speculate forever about it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a couple more chapters to really start sinking in what I think might happen. But that's going to do it for the review. It was a good chapter.
Yeah, this was like a Reverie level chapter. This was like a big reveal, like the time travel thing.
Because even if you're worried about it, you're theorizing. It's getting the juices flowing. It's fun.
This is by far my favorite, because the crew's back together, Law's with everybody, like... the plot's definitely moving forward now. I think this has probably been my favorite chapter in Wano so far.
Yeah, because like I said, he could have took forever to get at least the big mom group together. So that's good. But we hope you enjoyed the chapter 2.
And as always, you can hit that subscribe button over there, and another review will be up right here.
All right, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.